Hi everybody, Sam Lewis here again, CEO of Sam's Diamonds Cancer Support, and I'm bringing another one of my diamonds to talk to you today all about Sam's Diamonds and her journey. So I hope you find this information useful and maybe can help you in some way on your journey. So I'd like to introduce to you the wonderful Amy Tompkins. Now Amy's not been with us that long, but she has benefited from Sam's Diamonds. I'll let her tell you the story. So hi Amy, you okay?
Hi, yeah, good, thank you.
Okay, Amy, can you tell everybody a little bit about your cancer and grade of cancer that you had?
Yep, so I had cervical cancer and it was grade 1B1. I still don't quite know exactly what that was, but I know that it hadn't spread and the tumour was about 11 by 11 millimetres.
Wow, so it was only tiny. How was it you found that? What was it?
Routine smear.
Oh, the importance of a routine smear. That's really good to go for them. A lot of people just don't think about them, do they? Or they're frightened of going to get them done. But really important that you do. Okay, so what symptoms did you have? Did you have any now you look back?
No, didn't have any.
Nothing, it was just a general routine smear. Oh
yeah,
my goodness me.
I was very shocked, as you can imagine. I went for a loop. Was it a loop?
Oh yeah, a loop excision.
Yeah, so they basically said I had high risk cells, so I went for the loop, and then it was when after the loop I got called in 3 days after that to see a consultant. So that's when alarm bells started ringing for me that something wasn't quite right.
Wow. And can you give me like 3 words that describe how you felt when they said to you you had cancer?
It was a bit surreal. I was shocked and it felt unbelievable. Felt like it was happening to somebody else.
A lot of the diamonds say it's kind of like an out of body experience. You kind of look at it like it's someone else it's being said to, because it doesn't feel real because you're never around anything like that. It's only what you see on the telly, isn't it really?
Yeah.
Like in a drama or something. Okay, so why did you join Sam's Diamonds? What made you reach out and join Sam's Diamonds? Can you tell me how you heard about us and why you decided to come along?
Yeah, so I suppose I didn't really truly believe that I'd had cancer until it was only when I went back to work and I started getting back into my routine and everything again that I kind of thought to myself, oh my God, what has just happened? And I think a lot of people, once you've been through cancer and you've got the all clear and you go back a bit, and I think people think that you should go back to normal. And I felt like my friends didn't want to talk about it, and my family was kind of saying to me, you need to put it behind you now, you just need to move on. And I just really struggled with that. So I actually got in touch with Macmillan, and it was the lady from Macmillan that pointed me to yourselves. And I think I just wanted to find people that were like-minded, that felt the same as me. And I did find that.
Yeah, it is very strange, isn't it? Because a lot of people think, right, okay, you've done it, you've done your treatment, you're over it now, leave it. But I think that's actually the hardest time, and you're not on your own with feeling the way you were feeling, because people just go, she's had a treatment, she's fine now, but it leaves you with so many mental scars.
Yeah, but I didn't know that I didn't know that it was normal to feel like that. It was only when I went to Sam's Diamonds that I realised that everybody else felt exactly the same. Yeah. So it was lovely knowing that I then had that support network.
Some people say that that's a time which is the hardest on the journey, because when you're in treatment, you're so busy getting to the next deadline, getting to the end date, get to the end of date of that one, that once you finish treatment and they're like, right, back on with your life, there's no end date to when you're going to feel yourself again. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, it's quite hard, isn't it? So what treatments did you actually have in the end?
So I had surgery. So I had a radical hysterectomy and lymph node clearance. So that was about 3 weeks after I got diagnosed. And then it was 3 weeks later that I got given the all clear.
Right.
So I would have had to have gone on to have radiotherapy if the lymph nodes had come back as having any cancer in them, but they came back clear.
So a radical hysterectomy, is that where they take everything?
They took everything apart from my ovaries.
Wow. Wow. But that saved your life, hasn't it?
It has saved my life, but and I am very grateful for that, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
But it does leave you with quite a few side effects. So I'm still working through those.
Yeah, and that is something that people don't see. People don't
Yeah.
see. And it can go on for years afterwards, especially with breast cancer. I mean, I'm 7 years, 8 years, coming up to 8 years, and I'm still dealing with side effects from it because I've got lymphedema in my arm, big fat arm. But people don't realise the mental effect that these have on you. So yeah, not on your own with that one either. It's continuous.
I've got lymphedema in my left leg.
Right.
So I did have surgery on my left leg, which the NHS don't offer. But
Didn't you go down to London for that?
Oxford.
Yeah, that's right.
And it has actually made it a lot more manageable. So it's gone from 17% bigger than my right leg to just 2% bigger than my right leg. But I still have to wear compression stockings on a daily basis.
Yeah. I'm the same, she says, with no stocking on. Oops, caught myself out there.
It's hot today, though.
It is. It's too hot to wear one. So what services, out of everything that Sam's Diamonds do, and not all our diamonds tap into everything, what services have you been able to tap into and enjoyed, and why?
So I have been to a meetup, which I really enjoyed. It was nice meeting people and just talking just frankly and openly about it. And I've also found the social, like Facebook and that kind of stuff, that's been really helpful. So there's been a few times that I've posted things on Facebook and people have come back with their comments and stuff, and it's just nice to know that you're not alone. And then I've got the card from yourself the other week. Just to say that don't forget us, which I hadn't. And then I was invited to the weekend away, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. So.
We'll get you on the next one, don't worry, definitely. You're not escaping that weekend away. It's massive to a lot of people. Okay, so can you describe what Sam's Diamonds does for you personally? By being a member, what does it do for you?
It just makes me feel like I'm not alone. So like I was saying, that friends and family, they're great, but you just can't talk to them like you can people that have been through it. So I think the other week I posted something on Facebook because it was my 2nd year anniversary of being diagnosed with cancer. And I just put something on Facebook just saying, you know, how do other people feel when it's their anniversaries, and do they do anything to kind of like mark it? And it was just really interesting listening to all the comments and also knowing that people felt the same way as me, because it's weird when you have these kind of dates that come round. So yeah, I just find it really supportive, really good, really nice, yeah.
I think a lot of people struggle to either celebrate their cancerversary, as they put it, or not celebrate it. It's kind of like people choose different ways. It was interesting to see that post, actually, because I felt like I wasn't alone. I've not celebrated one cancerversary because I feel like I'll jinx myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The actual cancerversary, so when you got diagnosed, I don't think I'd want to celebrate that one. But I got the day that I got, they told me that I was all clear. That was the 16th of July. So,
Right.
well, no, it wasn't. The date I got, sorry, that was the date I had the surgery was the 16th of July. So it was beginning of August, 3 weeks later, that I got the all clear. So I don't know.
It was off you in July.
Yeah, so I might celebrate that.
Yes, got the horror off you. That's what we like. Last question. If you could give me one word to describe Sam's Diamonds. Okay, second to last question. If you could give me one word to describe Sam's Diamonds, what would it be?
Caring.
Caring. That's a good word. That's a good word. No one else has said that.
Have they not?
No, loads of other ones, lovely ones, but no one said that one yet. Okay, and my final question is, if you were to come across somebody who'd had a cancer diagnosis and was umming and ahhing whether to join Sam's Diamonds, what would you say to them?
So I have had a few people that have had a cancer diagnosis, and I always do. I tell them to join Sam's Diamonds, but I think this is my understanding of it anyway, because these people, one person's just finished their chemotherapy, and then another lady, she's just had her surgery. And I actually think it's not until you don't realise that you've had cancer straight away. And I don't think that they're at that time at the moment where they need that support, because they haven't truly it hasn't truly registered yet that they've had cancer. And I think it's then that you really do need the support. So I suppose I'm just waiting for them just to reach back out to me, and I mean, I have been a listening ear.
That will happen because everybody does it at different stages, and I've just been discussing with another diamond before this that people are on the journey, they're so busy with appointments, times, and getting their head around what's happening and stuff like that, that to, in their eyes, join a support group with lots of other ladies with their problems is too much for them, because that's how they see support groups. But once they've sort of filed things in place in their head, they then either accept what they've just gone through and go, oh my God, and then the head goes, oh, and they need support, or they've got space in their head to go to something like that, or they have a need to go to something like that. So there's loads of different timings that people have joined us, and those who've joined us later on have said, I wish I joined at the beginning. But at the beginning, you're not in the place for it. No. It is very strange, and it's interesting to see, actually, to analyse. But yeah, I agree with you.
I think maybe if I joined because I had 3 months off after surgery, I had quite a lot of time on my hands. Mm-hmm. So I would have been able to come to the meetups probably easier than when I'd gone back to work. So it probably would have been quite nice to maybe have joined earlier.
Yeah.
Like you say, I didn't realise I needed support until I went back to work.
This is it. It is crazy. Definitely. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to ask you. I don't think so. I think we're good. Right, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate this. It's going to make a big difference to Sam's Diamonds, so thank you. You're an absolute star.
Okay, no problem.
Right, my lovely. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely day. And you look really well, so stay safe. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.